Hey everybody, it's John Hope Bryant. There's a real frustration these days around, big guys and big companies and this and that. It seems to be winning, and that the small fry, no one wants to be a small fry. No one wants to be a small, modest business. Everybody's sort of thinking that that means defeat. Not true. Okay, I'm an entrepreneur. Right? Get that? I'm an entrepreneur, and I founded, amongst other things, Operation Hope. And this all started small. All of it started with one idea, one guy, me, with a vision to change the world and eradicate poverty. And everybody laughed at me, by the way. No one took this seriously. No one did, right? But I did, and I didn't give up. And there's somebody else who took something seriously, who had a very small army, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He had 70 employees. I want this to sink in. 70 employees. A total budget at its height of SCLC of $600,000 US. And he changed the world, eradicated poverty in our lifetime, intellectual poverty, racism banished at that moment as far as institutional structures in our lifetime. Changed the world, changed public policy, became a moral hero for the world, not just the US, did it without firing a shot. 70 employees, $600,000 budget, a vision to change the world. What can you do? Look at that light coming through, right? Look, aren't you the light of the world? Aren't you the power that changes everything? Isn't literally enlightenment getting it and having that light illuminate through you? What are you going to do? What can you do, right? Walmart, largest retailer in the world, started with Sam Walton with a pickup truck, a storefront, and a high school education. I cover that in my book, The Memo. I covered it in How the Poor Can Save Capitalism. I have a more powerful framework for how we come up in my new book, how we, Up From Nothing, The Untold Story of How We All Succeed, which is out in October. You can pre-order it now. Spread the word on that. I'm thinking about Jim Kelly, I think is his name, who is with $100 in a bicycle, created UPS, one of the top 10 airlines in the world, one of the top 2 or 3 logistic companies now in the world. Go back to Dr. King. Just a transformational leader with a little army, call it a special forces team. Did all this without firing one shot. Go back to Walmart, the largest retailer in the world, largest employer of black people in the world, African Americans in America, in the world, 1 million plus employees. But it started with a storefront, a high school education, and a vision to change the world. Goldman Sachs. People say, Goldman Sachs has always been a huge company. No, not true. Goldman Sachs was a guy named Goldman and a Jewish immigrant named Sachs, both of them Jewish immigrants, off the boat from Europe because they got run out of Europe. And they came here and couldn't get a job in a big company because they didn't have credentials, right? So they started their own business, which is really them selling financial services door to door, right? And that turned into a business. They couldn't get a job in a skyscraper, so they became their own skyscraper, right? This story goes on and on and on. Every big company was once a small one. 96% of all black-owned businesses are sole proprietorships with no employees. That's a bad thing unless we turn it into a good thing. You can't build wealth with just one person. Create an income, but you can't build wealth. Wealth is what you do when you're asleep. Stocks, bonds, investments, small business, growth, economic opportunity, compounding of people, of money, of investment. It's a compounding effect. So we need to start to, you need to go to Operation Hope, get that small business and entrepreneurship training, get that 700 credit score training, get that back of the room business administration that we missed because we never got the memo. Hello, my last book, because we never were taught financial literacy. The Freedmen's Bank, 1865, the bank building that we got renamed at Operation Hope on the White House campus. This is all a part of a larger narrative that never gets told to you. I'm telling you in pieces this whole story of how you come up, right? And this new book of mine is a pivot point about how you come up in a literal way, almost like a to-do list But what I'm telling you right now, is that big things often come from small packages. The NAACP started with a small group of people, white and black, by the way. The National Urban League started with a small group of people, white and black, by the way. Operation Hope started with a small group of people, really just me. And my first employee, sustainably, was Rachel Doff, who's still with me today as my chief of staff. My first volunteer was Rod McGrew, my best friend, still with me today. One of my first 20 employees was Lance Triggs, who's now president of all Hope programs, still with me today. My first development person was Mary Ayerson, then Mary Haggerty. She's president of Hope Partnerships, still with me today. 24 years she's been in, 26 years for Lance, 28 years for Rachel Doff. Janae Roscoe, we started a government relations office. We had no government relations office. She left the White House to join us from President Clinton's administration. And who are we to suggest we could pull somebody from the White House to join our team? Look at what we've done now, right? You got to dream big dreams, but it has to start with a practical vision that's executable every day, which is hard work. The work that I'm doing right here at this desk, and the work that you are doing every day and what you dream about. Don't let anybody banish your dreams. Don't think the small is a bad thing. Give me examples of small that became big. Essence Magazine started small. Jet Magazine started small. Black Enterprise started small. Herman and Russell of Russell and Company started small. You name whatever big company, mainstream or minority, that you love, and I'm going to show you something that started really small and grew into something that had girth to it and had net worth, right? What can you start small that you can grow into something really big? I now have grown 2 companies into the largest of its kind in the country, the largest for-profit institutional quality owner of single-family homes, rental homes in America, the Promise Homes Company, which I started 3 years ago. It's now $100 million in assets, 700 homes, give or take, that we own in 2 states, and growing that. And Operation Hope, the largest nonprofit financial inclusion organization in America, 22 states, 154 locations, a Hope in Hand app that has clients in 48 states. Sorry, it's not 54 states in America. 48 states, 4 million clients, $3.5 billion to our partners invested in underserved neighborhoods, 5,000 partners, 30,000 volunteers. Started with 1 volunteer, 1 partner, 1 employee, 1 visionary, 1 dream to make the world better, right? And 1 dreamer, me. My friend, Dr. Dorothy Height, National Council of Negro Women, also started small. She told me, John, I love you because you're a dreamer with a shovel in your hands. I want you to be a dreamer with a shovel in your hands. Half of all employment in this country are small businesses, right? Or with small businesses. 20% of all employment in this country are companies with 20 employees or less. 4.8 million of the 6 million companies in this country have 4 employees or less. 70% of all employment in this country are 500 employees or less. 98% of all businesses in the city of LA, the 12th largest economy in the world, last time I checked, are 100 employees or less. Look, small businesses are everything. Everything. There's only 900 and some odd businesses with 10,000 employees or more, but that's what we obsess about. Start obsessing about small and growing it big, right? And it doesn't have to be sexy. It just has to have hustle attached to it, right? Let's make smart sexy again. And reach out to Operation Hope. Sign up to our small business class. It's free. Entrepreneurship class. It's free. There's a waiting list, but get on it and take your life back. Use this COVID period as a reset period to change your life. John Hope Bryant, I'm out. Love and light. Share this video, comment, and follow the movement. Follow John Hope Bryant on all channels. Follow Operation Hope on all channels. And by the way, we have a Hope channel coming, so watch for that. It's a Hope channel and a JHB channel. Love and light.